Yo, what's poppin'? It's Caleb here with Magic Pill Expect Abundance. And I think what we want is an abundant emotional experience. Now, traditionally, how we've been trying to get a good emotional experience is, we for since beginning of recorded time, it seems that we have tried to connect or associate our emotional experience with the outside world. That our emotional experience comes from the outside world. Therefore, we want to try to find. What we've been trying to do essentially, I think, in one way of putting it, is trying to find the right order and arrangement of circumstances and things in the world in order to have the best, richest emotional experience. And that's the completely opposite thing of what we need to do, since our emotions come from pure thought. Our emotions come from thought. So the pure connection thought you have, the richer your emotional life, and the richer your emotional life, the more colorful your world, the better your world, richer, the richer your world is. So I want to set up two contrasting things. If, let's say, if you want to have a different emotional experience, um, and you think that losing weight's going to help you get there, you've got to realize eventually, you can lose the weight, but that's not going to help your emotion. It's not going to guarantee anything as far as your emotions, because it doesn't work that way. It works the other way. Your world comes out of your emotions. So trying to change, one of the things we try to do is try to change expectations of the world, like change the way, like for example, if you're trying to lose weight and you don't like exercise, traditionally we'll try to say, well, you don't like exercise. What's trick you into thinking that exercise is fun because you think it's not fun? Let's make you feel like it's fun, and maybe you just tell yourself it's fun, and that'll work. And a lot of people do that, and that can work, but you have to maintain it. It's not organic. It didn't grow within you. It's something that you're like forcing. You have to remind yourself all the time, and that's not rich emotionally, because you're not even acknowledging where your emotion comes from. You're trying to control it yourself, so you're going to be cut off from having the richest emotional experience because you're cutting it off yourself. So that changing expectations versus seeing, letting go of your expectations, letting go of your assumptions, and looking at the world again. So trying to change your expectations versus looking at the world again. When you look at the world really closely with no assumptions and no expectations, eventually what you see and what you hear is this great vast nothingness, this great vast silent nothingness, which is really what everything is. And you see it, and then you become connected to pure thought. You become connected to the force beyond life. You can, Max Planck and stuff like that. And then then from there, your emotional experience will flow just by looking at the world without assumptions and expectations, going beyond your vocabulary into your own silence, into your own nothingness. You see that everything out there is nothing. When you reduce everything, like in, a big part of our society and our world is mathematics. And mathematics, usually we reduce everything to its simplest form, right? And when you look at the world, if you were to reduce everything to its simplest tiny piece, tiny parts, you have nothing. There's nothing out there. So what's actually going on is inside of us. And we're going to have rich emotional experiences when we connect to the force behind life, behind our emotions, and when we stop thinking that the world matters. The world doesn't matter at all. It has nothing to do with you having a rich emotional experience. And that's a very freeing thing when you see it. So that's the gateway to the rich emotional experience. And out of a rich emotional experience will flow a rich, colorful world. Pretty sick.